In June 2023, the world watched in shock and disbelief as the submersible Titan disappeared during a mission to explore the wreck of the Titanic. Communications were suddenly lost, and for days hope hung by a thread. Then the heartbreaking news came through. The Titan had imploded deep underwater, killing all aboard in an instant. The tragedy sent ripples across the world and sparked urgent questions about the safety of deep-sea exploration. But almost exactly 1 year later, another submersible quietly celebrated an extraordinary milestone. The DSV Alvin, a vessel that had been exploring the ocean's depths for decades and had visited the Titanic many times, turned 60 years old in June 2024. Remarkably, Alvin is still in active service today. It was first launched just months after the assassination of President John F. Kennedy. Yet here it is, 6 decades later, still carrying scientists and explorers into the depths of our planet's oceans. This contrast between the tragic fate of the Titan and the enduring success of Alvin raises a compelling question. What is it about submersibles like Alvin that enables them to remain safe and operational for decades, while the newest, supposedly cutting-edge craft like Titan failed catastrophically? A recent Netflix documentary pulled back the curtain on the company behind the Titan, OceanGate. The film revealed troubling details about a toxic corporate culture where engineers and safety experts who voiced concerns were systematically pushed out. According to multiple insiders, OceanGate's CEO fostered an environment of blind obedience rather than open, critical oversight. Back in 2023, most of the public, including many passengers, were unaware of these underlying safety issues. When cracks appeared in the Titan's pressure hull, dives were abruptly canceled, but the company publicly claimed the reasons were related to changes in charter vessels. This misinformation only added to the confusion. In truth, the risks were exactly where experts would expect them, in the design of the submersible itself. Safety warnings were ignored, and passengers were given a false sense of security. It appears the company prioritized revenue and corporate image over the lives of those who trusted them. By contrast, Alvin and other long-standing deep-sea vehicles owe their success to tried and tested engineering principles and decades of careful iteration. Alvin was originally designed in the 1960s by blending innovative ideas with fundamental physics. Its core feature is a spherical pressure hull made from high-strength steel, later upgraded to titanium. This sphere design evenly distributes the immense pressure found deep underwater, preventing weak points where failure could occur. Since its launch, Alvin has undergone numerous upgrades and repairs, but the principles behind its design remain solid. It has carried thousands of scientists and explorers to depths far below the ocean's surface, including famously exploring the Titanic wreck in 1986, just 1 year after the ship was rediscovered. Exploring the deep ocean is no small feat. The major challenge is hydrostatic pressure, the crushing force exerted by the vast amount of water above the submersible. At extreme depths, this pressure can reach over 15,000 psi, roughly 8 tons per square inch. Imagine standing under the weight of a small car, pressing down on every square inch of your body. To survive this, submersibles need a hull design that can resist compression without buckling. The sphere is ideal because pressure distributes uniformly over its surface. Alvin's pressure sphere is about 6 feet wide, made of thick titanium, allowing it to dive safely to depths of over 6,000 feet, and even deeper with upgrades. Deep-sea exploration began long ago, with primitive diving bells used even in ancient times. But it wasn't until the 1930s that engineers Charles Bibb and Otis Barton revolutionized the field by building the bathyscaphe, a spherical steel capsule designed to withstand extreme depths. Their design set the blueprint for all future submersibles. For decades, the sphere remained the foundation of safe, deep-sea vessels. More advanced subs, like the bathyscaphe Trieste in the 1960s, broke new depth records while sticking to this principle. Even today, modern vehicles like the limiting factor use titanium spheres, and are fully certified for safe operation to record breaking depths. OceanGate's fatal mistake was their radical departure from this well-established design. Instead of a spherical steel or titanium hull, they chose a carbon fiber composite cylinder to increase passenger capacity and reduce weight. Their business model depended on selling more seats at $250,000 each, so they needed a bigger internal space. However, carbon fiber behaves differently under pressure cycling, the repeated stresses of descending and ascending thousands of feet underwater. Each dive gradually weakens the material. This was known within the community long before Titan was built. Another submersible, the Deep Flight Challenger, also used carbon fiber, but was ultimately abandoned after tests showed its hull could only withstand a single dive safely. Despite these warnings, OceanGate ignored the risks and pushed forward. Worse still, Titan was never independently certified for safety by any recognized classification society. OceanGate dismissed the value of such certifications, claiming they focused only on the vessel, not operational procedures. This attitude revealed a reckless disregard for established safety standards. The Netflix documentary showed how safety concerns raised by engineers were ignored or suppressed, creating a dangerous culture where cutting corners became normalized. Stockton Rush, the CEO, famously admitted to breaking engineering rules to build Titan, highlighting a dangerous overconfidence and hubris. The Titan tragedy serves as a harsh reminder of what happens when safety and engineering best practices are cast aside. But there are hopeful lessons too. Submersibles like Alvin and the limiting factor show us the value of respecting the lessons from the past, building on proven designs, rigorously testing materials, and adhering to certification standards. Today, Alvin remains a beacon of what responsible, pioneering deep-sea exploration looks like. It continues to serve scientists worldwide, exploring sunken ships, underwater volcanoes, and lost submarines. In the end, deep ocean exploration will always carry risks. But by learning from history and following sound engineering principles, we can protect lives while uncovering the mysteries of the deep. The legacy of submersibles like Alvin teaches us that progress doesn't come from reckless innovation, but from careful, patient craftsmanship and respect for the incredible forces at play beneath the waves.